Former NBA MVP Derrick Rose exploded against the Utah Jazz yesterday. In spectacular fashion, the Timberwolves point guard dropped a career-high 50 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists as the Timberwolves routed the Jazz 128-125. It was Rose's first 40-plus point performance in 7 years. And in NMU sporting news, 2 NMU women's soccer players have been named to All-GLIAC teams. Freshman forward Caroline Hallinan was named second-team All-GLIAC, while junior defender Galen Harabayashi was named honorable mention. Hallinan led the Wildcats in goals, assists, and points, while Harabayashi helped to anchor the Wildcat defense. And in a surprising move, the Detroit Lions have traded Pro Bowl wide receiver Golden Tate to the Philadelphia Eagles for a third-round draft pick. Tate, who just turned 30 this year, was into his last year of his contract with the Lions and was hopeful for an extension. Tate made the Pro Bowl in 2014 with the Lions and is coming off a 1,000-yard receiving season last year. And the city of Flint has stopped providing free bottled water to residents. This came after the city council couldn't agree on funding for the program that would keep the 4 distribution sites open. The state of Michigan pulled out from its own program on April 6th that gave out free water bottles to the residents of Flint. First Ward City Councilman Eric Mays proposed a motion that would allocate $2 million from the city's general fund to keep the program operational. However, this motion was not passed. The motion was supposed to be a short-term solution until the city could find proper funding for the program. Now after the break, we'll have your national and international news. Stay tuned. A new wall is being constructed along the U.S.-Mexico border. The wall, which is made out of concrete and metal, is a 20-mile stretch along the border, which is designed to keep out illegal immigrants and prevent drug trafficking. The construction is supposed to take around a year to complete. The wall will be anywhere from 18 to 30 feet and have a 5-foot metal plate at the top to discourage climbing. According to Chief Patrol Agent Aaron Hall, the project will, quote, deter all but the most determined illegal entrants from entering the United States, end quote. U.S. Border Patrol officials say that this is the cost-effective and alternative to mesh and wire fencing, which is currently in place and is expensive to monitor and repair. And a major shakeup in the Republican House leadership is reverberating across Washington. This morning, Speaker of the House Paul Ryan announced that he will not seek re-election. Angelica Alvarez has more from Washington. Ironwood schools have closed early due to a fire that broke out earlier this morning that left 1 dead. Ironwood Public Safety reports that the initial report of the fire came in around 2 a.m. and that the 2-story building was completely engulfed in flames. The fire has been kept under control and confined to only 1 building. Other injuries are still being investigated, and the cause of the fire remains unknown. The World Series continued with Game 2 last night, with the win decidedly going to the Boston Red Sox. Pitcher David Price had himself a dominant game with only 2 earned runs, 3 hits, and 3 walks against 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. Former Tiger J.D. Martinez led the club with a 2 RBI single in the 5th as the LA Dodgers fell to the Red Sox 4-2. Game 3 of the World Series is tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. Jack Lepresto is sentenced to 1 year in prison after leading police on a car chase lasting 10 minutes. During the chase, Lepresto's stolen vehicle reached speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. Delta County law enforcement deployed stop sticks, ending the car chase in Blackwell Avenue in Gladstone. Lepresto pleaded guilty to charges of unlawful driving away from a motor vehicle, 4th-degree fleeing and eluding a police officer, and was sentenced to 1 year in jail on those charges. Lepresto also pleaded guilty to reckless driving and was sentenced to an additional 93 days. And welcome back. A bomb was found in the mailbox of billionaire philanthropist George Soros. Federal agents were summoned to the house on Monday by a security officer 50 miles from Manhattan. Federal agents were able to detonate the bomb safely. The FBI has confirmed that they are investigating but declined to comment. New York police have been sending counterterrorism units to all of Soros's connected cities. The attacker has yet to be identified by police.
Well, those are certainly some interesting sports stories, but I hear you got a more interesting story about a dog.
I have a dog of a story for you. It was not a cat in a tree, but rather a dog in a heating duct that took firefighters to a home in Virginia Friday night. The Fairfax County Fire and Rescue Department arrived to find the small pup trapped in the HVAC system of the home. The department said it had a happy and positive outcome for all. Isn't that just ridiculous?
That is. An amazing story.
They actually wrote out like a little pun for each one. It's ridiculous. And that's all the time we have for you today. Until next time. While some were celebrating Columbus Day on October 8th, students and Native people alike gathered inside Jamridge Hall to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Indigenous Peoples Day aims to celebrate over 500 years of Native culture, food, and language, along with educating people the truth about Christopher Columbus, who inflicted genocide upon the Native populations. A petition with 500 signatures was brought before the NMU Board of Trustees in hopes to get Indigenous Peoples Day recognized by the university in 2017. However, the board decided not to vote on the matter. The Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, known as LARA, has issued warnings cautioning potential investors of common traps and scams. Many of these scams relate to the real estate business, like hard money lending or property flipping. Hard money lending refers to the practice of achieving financing other than traditional bank means and helps investors see a greater return. Another common scam is called the Ponzi scheme, in which the scammer promises big returns from investments. In order to seem legitimate, the scammer then pays off initial investors with money taken from other investors. For a full list of scams and how to avoid them, visit LARA's website at michigan.gov/LARA. The Michigan Supreme Court is hearing arguments to see if people wrongly accused of defrauding unemployment can sue the state. Governor Rick Snyder's administration adopted an automated computer system that handled unemployment, which was a complete disaster. Thousands of citizens were wrongly accused of defrauding the unemployment system and had to pay sizable penalties before the administration acknowledged the errors. The main issue for the Supreme Court is to decide if the plaintiffs waited too long to sue. And after the break, we'll have your national and international news. Stay tuned.